Grab your glass and pull up a chair. It's time for your favorite girls' night in.
Welcome to Pouring in Parenting. We're your besties, Sil and Inish.
We're here to laugh through the chaos. Hello, Pourers. Let's start the show.
Welcome to another episode of Pouring in Parenting. I'm Sil.
And I'm Inish.
Thank you for tuning in. Today's episode is going to be about why saying yes to everyone else means saying no to yourself. But before we dive in, Inish, how are you doing?
Yeah, today's been a busy day. But busy is good sometimes. So I will say today was a good day. A little humid out here, but all is well. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I had a very unplanned day. I had an unplanned day up until my husband made plans for us, which was nice. He took me out on a date.
you
Well, just something low key, something we actually realized hadn't done in a long time. We
know.
went to the movies. Now, mind you, when
Ooh.
we first started dating, we realized we went to the movies a lot. But when I was trying to think of what is the last movie that him and I went to go see together by ourselves, no kids, and we were like at first both drawing blanks. I remembered one movie, which was, and I was speaking to you on the phone earlier, which was The Dark Knight Rises. And then I
Yes.
realized that came out in 2012.
Right.
So I was like, there's no way. Like, there's no way that was the last time.
Mhm.
Like, my son wasn't even born until 2017. So I'm just like, what the heck are we doing?
But that
So I
map
talked
wasn't
to
map.
him, right? So when I asked him about it, he was drawing a blank and he thought of, we went to go see the Avengers together. One of the
Okay.
many Avengers movie, but the one we went to go see also came out in 2012. So then he
Okay.
remembered that we went to go see Titanic when they like remastered it. We looked
Yes.
that up. That was also in 2012.
Okay. Oh,
So we
y'all
were
was
like,
doing it
wow,
big in 2012.
right? I'm like,
Yes.
2012 was the time for movies in our
Okay.
relationship. Like, what the hell? I'm like, there's no way. So
Mhm.
then finally he said something about like catastrophes or something like that. I'm like, what? I'm like, oh, we watched San Andreas. That came out in
Mhm.
2015. So I'm
Okay.
like, okay. Like at that point, I think him and I both kind of gave up and just decided that's the last time him and I had been to the movies together by
Mm.
ourselves. I'm like, that was so like 11 years ago. Really?
It's crazy. That's
That is
crazy.
insane. Like we've been to the movies, like with the kids or, whatever, the drive-in, like with the kids.
Mhm.
But just the two of us, like I still feel like there's something that we're both forgetting.
Mhm.
But who like and maybe it'll come to me in a dream in the middle of the night, when I'm least expecting it. But yeah, so it was fun. We went to go see The Odyssey. It was a
Mm.
really good movie. I do recommend it. It is
Mm.
about 3 hours long. It did not feel like it though. It really did not. So
Okay.
yeah, that was my day today. And we went to Cava. If you haven't been to Cava, it's like think of like a Mediterranean Chipotle type setting. Oh, but it's so
Mhm.
good. It's so
Yes.
delicious. We both scarfed our food down, mainly me. But I enjoyed it. So after that, we went to the movies and it was great. It was a good time.
Dinner and a
Uh,
movie. We like the old school date situation.
Right? I know. The fact that he made it happen was nice because
Yes.
I thought we had no plans today. Like, I thought I was gonna stay home.
Way
I
to
know.
go, hubby.
Right? Yeah, I know. So, yeah, that was my kinda day. And let's see, Anisha, what are you drinking today? What did
I'm
you
on a
pour?
roll. I'm on a roll.
Miss Pinot Grigio's at it
Miss
again?
Pinot Grigio is at it again. I need to visit the local liquor store and see what they have. I haven't visited it yet, and I have a lot of Pinot because I never go empty on Pinot. So,
She has an
yes,
endless supply.
I have
It's
an
like a
endless
subscription.
supply
It's delivered
of
to her door.
Pinot Grigio, but I do plan on visiting the liquor store because I'm up on the midweek pour. And if you don't know what the midweek
Ooh.
pour is, that means you need to follow us on social media.
Hit the follow button.
Hit that follow button. So, what did you pour today?
So today I didn't pour. I wanted Malibu and pineapple juice, and I was all
Mm.
about it. And then I realized I didn't have pineapple juice. So yeah, that was a bummer. So I'm just drinking an El Jimador Orange Sunrise.
Oh,
So one of these bad boys. Yeah.
yes. That sounds
Mhm.
yummy. That
So
sounds
nothing too
good.
crazy.
Okay. Well, cheers.
Right. Yeah. Cheers to that. Ding. And I missed my mouth. Yep.
Okay. That's
Oh
crazy.
gosh.
How many have you had?
Oh gosh. Well, I had an espresso martini earlier, but that was way earlier. And it was so good. Oh my gosh, it's been a while.
Oh, yummy.
Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and get into it. Why does it seem like being a people pleaser has a negative connotation to it when really you're just trying to make people happy and not let them down? Inish, what do you think? So when I say, oh, Inish, you're such a people pleaser, like, do you feel like I'm being positive or is that kind of like kind of a diss?
Definitely sounds like a diss. There's an undertone, especially when people say it, there's an undertone on how they say it.
Right. Why do you think?
Because why do you feel the need to make everyone happy? I
Do you
feel as
consider yourself a a people pleaser?
consider myself a people pleaser. No, not at all. I have a limit to what I will and won't do. People may take my kindness for a weakness, but I've at this point at my big age, I think all my friends know that if I'm doing it, it's most likely because I want to do it. And I'm not necessarily trying to please you, but it's genuine. I want to do this and it's coming from a good place. And I trust that if Anish didn't want to do it, Anish would tell me no.
Right.
Does that make
Okay.
sense?
It
Yeah.
does. Now,
Okay.
why do you think people have a hard time saying no? Why do you think people are people pleasers even when they don't want to do something?
Because they wanna people please. They wanna make sure that they're in the loop. I feel they don't wanna get left out. If I say no this time, will you ask me again? Are you gonna think bad of me? Am I gonna get left out because I said no this one time? Are you gonna feel a certain way? So in my thought, I feel they're putting their that person's feelings before theirs because they want to make sure that, "Hey, you can come to me for anything. I am here to help you. I will serve you as a friend, as a confidant, and I will be there for you." So I wanna make sure that I'm available because I want you to feel that you can trust me.
Right. Okay. I like and it makes a lot of sense. Like you want to be included and you might feel like, okay, if I say no to you now, you're probably not going to include me again. But that really shouldn't be the case. Depending on who the person is who's inviting you and who you're saying no to, you're putting up those boundaries. Like I feel like it shouldn't be taken so personal. Like if I say no, like I'm
Yeah.
not just being like rude, like, nope, I don't want to do that. Like, oh no, thanks, whatever. But people tend to get upset. Like, oh no, okay, cool. Like you're out, you're canceled, you're whatever. Um,
Canceled. Oh, can
People are so quick to cancel one another
Alright.
nowadays or unfollow, F you, you're
Yes.
blocked, you didn't go to my party, blah, blah, blah. But there's also so much more to people saying no to things. And we should be more accepting of people standing up for themselves instead of just saying yes, because, well, we'll learn all about that in just a bit. But you can't. It's not sustainable to be a people pleaser. And that's why I think it also has a negative connotation. Like, you just want to make everyone happy. In reality, we all know that you cannot please everyone and you really shouldn't try to. So
Okay.
let's go ahead and go into trend one. Inish, you want to get us started?
Yes, ma'am. Trend one, somatic no setting and nervous system safety. People pleasing is increasingly being categorized as a trauma response rather than a personality trait. So, the hot topic is learning to recognize how a boundary violation physically manifests in the body before you ever speak.
All right. So saying no to a commitment is saying yes to your own goals and to your mental health. Now, if anyone who suffers from mental health knows, or even stress, let's just call it stress, we know that stress can trigger so much in our bodies from breaking out to having anxiety to not being able to sleep to overeating to not eating to just all sorts of hair falling out, all that stuff. And do you really want to go through all that just because you feel that you are unable to say no to somebody? No, you have to listen to your gut. Literally, listen to what your body is telling you. Because when you force a yes, when you really wanted to say no, your body goes into a physical threat response. So you have shallow breathing, tightness in your jaw. I know I have felt that before, spiked cortisol and all that other stuff. So being able to say no is an act of somatic safety. Okay. You are protecting yourself, your mental health, your body. It is not always worth it to say yes to everybody. You can't. And your body has now categorized that as a traumatic response. Okay. So it's not necessarily a personality trait. Oh, you're just such a people pleaser. It's like, oh, no, I got to say yes. I have to say yes because if I say no, Y and Z is going to happen.
Mhm.
However, X, Y, and Z starts to happen actually to you, to your physical body. And it's not going to stop until you finally set those boundaries, which leads us to trend two. Anish?
Yes, trend two is micro boundaries and low stakes practice. Wellness spaces are moving away from massive, dramatic lifestyle overhauls to micro self care habits. This involves intentionally saying no to tiny, low stake things to build up the emotional muscle needed for larger boundaries.
Right. So you want to start off small. And I was watching a YouTube video about setting up boundaries and saying no. And an example they gave is you don't want to start off by saying like no to your boss. You might
Okay.
just have a full blown panic attack right after. Start small. Maybe say no to like, no, I don't want to open up a new credit card line. No, I don't want you to come into my house and show me this sample of this vacuum. Like, no, I don't want you to sell me any of your fundraising tickets. Okay. And that one actually is so hard, especially when it's a kid or it's family. And it's like,
Hmm.
God damn it, you're fundraising. God damn it, you're fundraising again. Okay. It's hard to say no to those, but start there.
Okay.
Start there. Start with the little ones. If you can get past those little cute faces, like, "Oh, please, I
Mm.
really need this for my football team or my soccer team." Okay. If you can get past that, you're going to be good saying no to your boss later on. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they don't have cute little faces,
Okay.
but start off small, just little thing, little things, low stakes things that's like, okay, it was rough,
Yeah.
but I got past it.
Yeah. At the
And then you'll get
drive-through.
into,
Do you have
right?
anything else to
Yes.
order? No, that's all.
No, no, thank you. Okay, do you want another shot in your margarita?
Oh,
No,
what?
thank
No.
you. Okay, I mean, hey, we're starting
Or the up
small.
stuff.
We're,
Yeah.
we're starting small,
Or the
okay?
top shelf, right? When they get all crazy.
Right? Yeah. You know, do you want gel on your nails? No, thank
Mm.
you.
Mhm,
Okay,
mhm.
you want rhinestones on each one of your nails? No.
No.
Okay, and it makes me think of that Angela Johnson skit where she's like, "Why? Oh, that's why you don't have a boyfriend." Some tips for saying no is have a clear vision of your yes. What is the
Mm.
reason you want to say no, and what is your yes? Maybe I don't want to go to that party. No, thank you. Your reason, your yes is because I actually am so tired and I need to catch up on my own rest. And what is that going to do for you? That's going to give you the rest you need, relieve anxiety, relieve stress. And I mean, we all need just a pause sometimes.
Mhm.
So, an
A
example of a
reset.
clear vision, right? So,
Mhm.
have a clear vision of your yes when you say your no. Be simple and honest in your answers. If you start giving all these reasons and explanations, you're doing too much. For the most part, once you say no, people might just turn off already.
Mhm.
Okay. Once they know that you're like, oh, okay, you're trying to get out of it, it's just excuse after excuse. They may believe you, they may not. But the more you pile it on, the less they're going to believe you. Keep it simple,
Mhm.
keep it honest. And that's it.
Mhm.
Last, once again, like we just said, start small to build that confidence. So start off small, start off with little fundraiser kids, start off with the telemarketers. Okay. Start small to build that confidence of saying no, especially when it's a little more high stakes or the people who you are saying no to are probably people a little bit closer or hold more authority in your life.
Yes, I agree with that. I love all of that. I will say that the no's and the explanation, I think the group, your circle definitely makes a difference on how they react to your no. And honestly, I think the age range makes a big difference too. If you're listening to us and you're in your early 20s, your friends are going to peer pressure you hardcore. They're not going to
Mm-hmm.
understand your no and giving them reasons. They're going to figure out a reason to deter your reason. Having a stern no and believing your own no is gonna help. It's definitely if you're in your early 20s, mid-20s. I feel the older people that are late 20s, hopefully your friend group might be in the same space as you and they're all moving on the same path as you to better understand your no if you don't give an explanation or if you give a real faint explanation. Keep that in mind. Don't be, "Oh, important parent just to say no, and you don't understand my no." If you're 22, if you're 22 listening to us. But I will say to keep that in mind, to know your friend group and your circle. And if you have to say, I have to study in the morning, I'm not gonna be able to make it. I have church in the morning. I'm not going to be able to go today. I need sleep. I'm tired. I'm really tired. I have things to do tomorrow. Just for an example as far as quick quick answers, a quick response. So your friends, your family, whoever your circle can understand why you're saying no, especially if you're a yes person.
Right, exactly. And so the inspirations for today's episode actually came from a church sermon that I was at a couple weeks ago, and it was in the power of no. And the pastor, she was so great at just being like, let me teach you how to say no. No,
Mhm.
no. Now, obviously, it's easier said than done, but we need to be able to say no. There is power in our no, and the power is in our yes. What is our yes? Think about that. Your no gives power to your yes, whatever that your yes is. So I don't want to do this because this is what I want to do. This is what I'm going to say yes to this because I'm going to say no to this. Okay, so for every
Mhm,
no, there's a yes. Okay, yes, I'm going to
mhm.
protect my boundaries, my space, my health, my anxiety, my family, whatever the case is, my job. Okay, no, I'm not going to call off for you today. I got to protect my job, my money, my whatever
Yes.
whatever. Okay. So your yes, make sure it's a clear yes. You know what your yes is. And it gets
Yes.
easier to say no because you have feet to stand on. This is why I'm saying no. Now, the people
Yes.
who are in your life, whether it be your friend circle, it could be your own family sometimes that you have to say no to.
Mhm.
Once they start to see that you are putting up those boundaries, those people that are worth being in your life are going to stay in your life and they are going to respect your boundaries. It could be a transition, it could be new to them like, oh, what? You're not going to be a people pleaser anymore? Okay, you might hear that, but eventually they'll come around and it'll be fine and you're going to feel so
Yes.
much better.
And they'll respect that. And for the people that are the pushers, I'm a pusher. I have no shame in saying I'm a pusher. No, stay, come on, let's do it.
Mhm.
This and that. I am a pusher. And I may talk bad about you, but I'm still gonna hang out with you. I still invite everyone. So if you're listening to this and you're like, well, what about the people that
Like,
push?
Anisha's pushed me a few times.
Yeah, I'm pushing. I'm pushing as hard as I can. No, let's do this. Let's party. Let's keep it going. Whatever. It's usually just a party or do whatever the case is. But here we are, 20 years later, still hanging out. And there's been plenty of times that I've tried to push. And sometimes she's folded and sometimes she hasn't folded. So if you're listening to this and you're a pusher, and maybe it's a new friendship or a new relationship or a new situationship, don't not I'm not saying don't give up, keep pushing. Learn to learn to respect their
You're a
boundaries.
pusher,
Ma
Katie. You're a pusher.
just learn to respect your friend group and understand. Sil is one of my best friends. I'm gonna push. That's my job. We're sisters. If you have a sister, you have a sibling, you push. You just push.
Oh, yeah.
Sil doesn't count. But if you have a friend and you're friends and respect their boundaries, if you're listening to this and you're a pusher like myself, know who you can and can't push. If you have a friend that's really trying to elevate and move on to another chapter or just find a new phase in their life, respect that. Don't put them in a space to where they feel that they have to say yes, and it's not even that serious. "Oh, stay on an extra couple of hours and don't do your homework, don't study, don't go back to your kids." Whatever the case is, "Hang out with me for 3
She's
more
never told
hours."
me that.
Yeah, I've never told her that ever in life, but whatever your story is or whatever you may or may not be internally dealing with if you're the pusher, respect their boundaries and understand that obviously they want to hang out with you. They're already there, or, whatever your relationship is, but they may just be in a different chapter and they're trying to figure out this new chapter that they're in. And that's okay. It's 100% okay. Find something else to do. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. I'm fine. Hey, I'm smiling. I'm here talking. We are here. It's going to be okay. You'll be okay if you're the pusher. It's okay.
Yes. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So, we're going to talk about the three different people that have to deal with setting up boundaries. So, we're going to discuss the individual, we're going to discuss the marriage, and then parenthood. Okay. So, three
Mm.
different, I guess, types of people, I should say. So, the first one is the individual, unlearning the people pleaser. All right, Anish, what is the struggle?
The struggle. How society conditions us, especially moms and parents, to equate baseline worth with constant availability. There's a growth that comes from that. Transitioning from FOMO, fear of missing out. I have FOMO, to JOMO, joy of missing out. That's a new one for me.
Yeah, I like that
uh,
the way that sounds, JOMO. I want some
JOMO.
JOMO.
Yeah, I don't want to miss out on anything. Okay, some of the points that we will be discussing are recognizing your physiological signs of burnout before you reach your breaking point. We're going to talk about some practical scripts to reject invitations politely without offering over explained defensive excuses and navigating the awkward guilt that follows the first few times you firmly prioritize your own peace. So the first one, Sil, is recognizing your physiological signs of burnout before you reach your breaking point. How do you feel about that? What do we, let's just dive into it.
Well, you definitely need to be able to recognize the signs. So, in order to do that, do a little self check. It's your body sending you signals. Okay. It's
Hmm.
before you mentally feel drained, before it actually hits you up here, your body kind of starts doing their own thing. So, you have that persistent fatigue. It doesn't improve with rest. And I know all about this, unfortunately. But you wake up, you feel like you had a good night's rest, or at least you thought you did, but you wake up, you get out of bed, and it's just like, wow, I need to sleep some more. Sleep
Hmm.
disturbances, insomnia, restless sleep, or poor quality rest. Okay, so very similar to the fatigue, headaches, muscle tension, or chronic pain. We talked about that tension in the jaw. I kid you not, when I am in high stress situations, that's the first thing I feel. My jaw gets really tense. And then you also start getting the headaches. It's just like one thing after another. Okay, so
Hmm.
you got to start checking these signals. These are not normal things to have. If you are feeling these and I'm only at the third one, something's going on. You got to take a look and see what am I doing too much of? Because I need to slow this down.
Hmm.
Digestive issues, so stomach aches, changes in appetite, or nausea. Weakened immune system, okay? You're frequently feeling sick or you just take so much longer to recover. Cardiovascular strain, so increased heart rate, palpitations, high blood pressure. And then last, overstimulation or foggy thinking, brain fog, poor concentration, memory lapses. All of these things are your body telling you, hey, something's going on. Something
Hmm.
is wrong. You need to listen to your body before you reach your breaking point. And I tell you right now, this has happened to me and it's resulted in panic attacks, anxiety attacks. I ended up on medication. I was doing too much. And it was because you just take on so much. You want to please everybody. And there's just so much going on. You don't, you got the FOMO. You don't want to miss out. But sometimes it's just too much.
Yes, absolutely. FOMO, it's okay. It's okay. They're gonna post all the pictures, and then you'll see the pictures and either be mad that you went or be glad you didn't go.
Right?
More times than not, you'll probably be like, "I'm glad I didn't go," looking at those
Hmm.
pictures. So, just recognize that, listen to your body. Your body is physically telling you, it's, "Hey, I can't do this. We can't do this. Let's not do this." So, the second one was practical scripts to reject invitations politely without offering over explained defense excuses. We discussed this a little bit earlier, but we're going to dive deeper into it right now. Sil, do you got the tea?
Yes. So just like I said earlier, you want to be able to politely reject the invitation. Thank you, but I already have plans. Hopefully I can make it next time. Done. Simple, you're polite. That's pretty much it. Don't go in, oh, you know what? Actually, I have to do this. And then I got to go take my dog to the groomers. And you know what? I don't know, but I think I might have to stop.
Okay.
Stop. You're
The first
doing
thing you
too
said was
much.
perfect. Yes, no, the first thing you literally said was perfect. You gave them a reason, "I got something to do. Maybe I'll make it next time." You shut it down right there. They c
Yeah.
and that was a perfect response, like, "Oh, okay." You already, even if you don't go next time, between us and you, even if you don't make it next time, you're giving them hope to ask you
Right.
to come out next time. You already eliminate the potential of not getting invited again because, "Hey, invite me out next time, maybe I'll be able to go." And it's short and sweet, it's to the point, you're tired, "No, no, sorry, girl, I really want to." "Not tonight, girl. Y'all have a good time." And then turn it on them, flip it around. "You have a great time. I know you're gonna have a good time. Take a shot for me and send me pictures." That's my favorite thing to say. I tell people, "Send me some pictures so I can feel involved." If you have FOMO, tell them to send you some pictures. Hit me with a video call. How many times have I asked you to send me a video call?
Oh,
Video
yeah.
call me, and so I let's take a shot on a video call. And honestly, to me, I feel people are okay, yeah, I could do that. It gives them something to look forward to. You're included if you want to do that, unless you really just checked out and you want any parts of it. But if you want to feel some
Yeah.
type of inclusion, that could be one way. Hey, hit me up with a video call right before you take the shot, and I'll drink my hot tea on the couch with you.
I have absolutely done that before.
So that's a way to be involved without physically being there. And no one's rejected me. And I've said that plenty of times, especially with me living out of state. I don't know how many calls I've received from you, Sil, and other friends. Like, legitimately, people have called me and I'm at home in my random state and they're getting ready to go party and we're taking shots over a video call. And then that's it. Okay, have a good night. Bye. Less than 5 minutes. So
Yeah.
that's one way to approach that, especially to get rid of the FOMO, going back up, right? No FOMO or
Mhm.
JOMO. Okay. The last one is navigating the awkward guilt that follows the first few times you firmly prioritize your own peace. It's tough.
Yeah. I mean, it is gonna be awkward, especially if you're one of those people who's constantly saying yes and you say no to someone for the first time. They might look at you like, "Are you okay? Is something wrong? Like, what?" Or, they might try to pressure you, whatever the case is. But know that when you are saying no, you are empowering yourself. You're honoring your own needs. And if you stand firmly on your no, you did all the things, you realize you're at that burnout stage, you don't want to get to that breaking point. You were polite with your rejection, but you still have that guilt. It's fine. You're going to have that guilt, but you need to make sure that you realize that you are empowering yourself
Mm,
and this is going to put you in a place that you want to be. Okay. It's baby steps. It's going to feel weird at first. It's just like putting on
mm.
some rollerblades. It feels weird. You're off balance a little bit. You might hit the floor. But once you get rolling and skating, hey, you're off into the sunset.
Okay.
Okay.
A
Nope,
little
nope,
peace.
peace, nope. Yeah, right. Yeah, so it's for a reason. You just gotta stick with it. Gotta stick with it. Don't let those pushers push you into another yes that is forced and is going to wreak havoc on you and your body.
Right. Yes. I love it. Go away, pushers. And that's me too. I'm talking to myself.
Go away.
Go away, pusher. I love it. Well said. Well said.
Let's move on to the next segment, the spouse. So
Mm,
guarding the marriage bed and calendar. Anish, what is the struggle here?
spicy. The struggle, letting external obligations, extended family demands, and kids' schedules erode couple time. We need to focus on building a unified front with your partner by learning to say no together to outside forces. This is big. This is so, so, so big. It's so important to focus on that. So, what you got?
Okay, so actually, this kind of happened today. So remember, I started the day off with
Mm,
no plans. Before my husband came home to give me the update on our date or to ask me out on date, which he did, and it was
okay.
really cute.
Oh.
My brother had messaged me and asked
Mm,
what we were doing. We were kind of like chatting back and forth, no concrete plans necessarily, but we had discussed possibly him and his family coming over. But then, probably within 30 minutes of that conversation, my husband came home. My husband came home and asked me on the date. So instantly, I told my brother, "Hey, I'm sorry. We're going out on a date." And so he's
uh,
like, "Okay, cool. Like, have fun. Like, not a big deal." While on our way to drop off the kids, my mom calls me and she's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And luckily, she didn't invite us anywhere, but we told her what we were doing, so it wasn't like a big deal. Then we're out at Cava, my husband and I, and my brother messages me, "Hey, are you sure you have a date tonight?" Or he said something like that, like, "Are you sure you're gonna go out? It seems like mom wanted to hang out." No,
mm,
we are on a date.
okay.
Now, mind you, I mean, there was more to that conversation,
Mm,
but it's like, no, like, I love you, brother. I love my mom. And yes, it would be
yeah.
nice to hang out, but I want this day, especially after realizing it's been so long since we've even been to the theater together. Like, no, nothing is going to get in between us and this movie theater at this point. The demands are not always from friends. It could be people in your own family. I'll just speak for me being Hispanic. It's hard sometimes because your family wants you at every single gathering and every single thing you do. And if you do that, you're never going to have any alone time. You're never going to have that couple time.
Mhm.
No, you have to say no sometimes. Let
Yes.
their feelings get hurt. Next week, it'll be someone else hurting their feelings. It is what it is. Okay. But make sure that you prioritize your marriage first, your spouse first, because you will come to realize that it's been a long time since you've been on a date.
Absolutely. Prioritize and saying no together, making sure that you
Mhm.
two are unified and coming into that agreement. And that's a big one because there are a lot of couples out there that they ride with their family and the other couple rides with their family, but you need to come together.
Yeah.
You have
Oh,
to be
that's so hard.
unified. Yes. So have the discussion. Still and I preach about communication, especially within your marriage. You to be on the same page. If you're not, you need to come together, communicate, and figure out how to balance the disagreements within whatever the discussion is. But I think that was good stuff. I love it. So let's talk about some key discussion points. Normalizing saying no to intimacy when genuinely exhausted without creating emotional distance. That's a lot. That's heavy.
Yeah.
That's heavy. Fellas, don't come for us.
Right. So we actually not too long ago had an episode with Dr. Tina where we talked about something like this, where
Mm-hmm.
it takes a lot for us women to be able to get into that intimacy space once we're parents, once there's just so much going on. And with this here specific topic of saying no, we just discussed being a united front, saying no to others. But sometimes you have to say to no to each other. And that can get difficult, but it also has to be fair, especially when it comes to intimacy. If I'm exhausted and I'm tired, like I'm going to just say no. Okay. Every once in a
Hmm.
while, like, okay. But I also want to be into it and I know I'm not going to get there.
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay. And that doesn't mean, all right, well, now you're going to just roll over to your side and not talk to me because you're upset.
Right.
Handle it like a man, or a
Let me rub your
partner.
feet. Can I rub your
Right.
back?
Yeah. Hey,
And don't
hey,
be
and
weird
you know
about it.
what? Oh gosh, yeah, sometimes there's still expectations. But sometimes a nice little foot rub, you know what? Okay, it could lead to something
Hmm.
else, but if you don't even try to get me relaxed, that
Yes.
no is gonna stay a no.
Yes. Yes. Don't be weird about it. And and say it with a I don't wanna say empty heart, not empty heart, that's crazy, but like, say it say it with an empty heart. Say it genuinely. Genuinely suggest something. If your wife, your partner is, "I'm not in the mood tonight. I am tired, babe." You may try to push a little bit. You may be the pusher and you're gonna push a little bit. I don't imagine a husband's gonna automatically shut off. I imagine a husband's gonna, "Oh, come on, babe. Oh, it's been a week. It's been 2 days." They may do all that. Once you pass that moment, because ladies, I know we've all been there before, and
Mhm.
you stand firm on your no, and your husband, because most times it's the husband, not trying to put all the blame on the man, but most times it is.
But we know.
So for this particular moment, we are gonna say the husband is the pusher. Men, if you're listening to this, or ladies, if you wanna direct your husband to this episode, men, "Hey, can I rub your feet then? Are you feeling tense somewhere? Do you need a massage? Can I bring you some ice cream?" Whatever your wife is into. And don't expect, there you go, that's what I was looking for. Don't have any expectations from that, but be the supportive husband that you should be and offer some type of release outside of intimacy
Right?
and
Like, let's
connect
just
on a
cuddle.
different, let's cuddle.
I
Let's
love to cuddle.
let's get some of your favorite ice cream and sit on the couch and watch Sex in the City.
Done.
Whatever. Yeah, let's cuddle. And like Sil said, they may lead to something.
Right? Especially after watching Sex in the City. Like, okay, I think I'm ready.
Yeah, so men, get in touch with that side of connecting with your wife, with your girlfriend, with your partner, with your spouse. So that's my 2 cents.
Right.
Our next key point is the weekly calendar audit. How to veto events that drain your shared domestic peace. How do you veto it? Get it out of here. Get out of
Oh my
here.
god. It's hard. It's hard sometimes because once again, you don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, but sometimes you really do just have to say no. First thing I'm going to look at is distance. Then I'm going to look at, do I need a babysitter or not? So there's like a few ways to start checking things off or, kicking things to the curb. And sometimes like, I mean, so I won't forget, I was pregnant, oh, yeah, I guess I was very pregnant. And I have 2 nieces and a nephew who share a birthday within like the 2 weeks of each other. And and this is like different sides, 3 different sides of the family. It sounds weird, but basically 3 different sides of the family. And they all decided to have their parties on the same exact day. And we did it. We went and on our way back home, it wasn't just the pregnant hormones talking because my husband also agreed, like, we're not doing this shit again.
I remember that.
We're not doing it. 3 parties in one
It's
day.
crazy.
We didn't I was pregnant. I can't imagine having both my kids now and going to 3 parties in one day.
That's crazy.
No, it's not. I don't at that point, it gets kinda a little, like, hard. Okay, like, if is it, like, a big birthday? Is it a small party? Like, what is the case? How are we gonna figure
Put
this
it in a
out? I
hat.
don't know. Right? Yeah. Like, who
Yeah,
told us last?
okay, you're out, you know?
Right? And I already know who that is. Okay, the person who sends invitations the day before.
Okay, we know you know who you are.
Exactly, sorry, but bink, you're off my calendar if you keep doing that shit. But, I mean, there has to be a way to veto events. That might just be
Yes,
whoever invited last.
absolutely.
Sorry, you're a little late.
Okay, you plan a little sooner, ma'am, and make sure you get them out quickly and expeditiously. There are so many ways, ladies and gentlemen, to veto out. If you are feeling in a bind and all these invitations are coming your way and I can't make everything, it's okay. Don't make it. Your kids tugging at your coattail. If your cup is empty and you need it to be refilled, and the only way that you're thinking you can refill it is if you don't make that party, do what you gotta do. Do what
Mhm.
you have to do to refill your cup. There are so many women and men, honest, there are so many people in general that are walking amongst the world with empty cups. Saying no could be just that one no could just be a little pour in your cup. That's going to elevate that cup to be filled again so you can begin to outpour and pour into other people. So keep that in mind.
Now we are on to the parent. Raising kids who respect and use boundaries. Right, Anish, what is the struggle
Yes.
here?
The struggle, the pressure to sign kids up for every activity, say yes to every playdate, and satisfy every toddler whim to avoid tantrums. Let's realize that overscheduling creates anxious kids and that modeling boundaries teaches them self respect. Those are great things I hyper focus on.
Right, and we've talked about this before, about
Yes.
overscheduling, packing the calendars. It's just too much, especially when it's all over. Okay, I think the most effects are once all the scheduling is done and they kinda age out of things. It's like,
Mhm.
okay, now I'm left with nothing. But also, right now at the time, overscheduling these things, like it's a lot. Okay, it's like one thing after the next. And when do they have time to reset? They also need,
Yes.
just because they're kids and they're high energy and we think they can keep going. No, they also need to process what's going on in their lives. And if we're
Mhm.
constantly packing their schedule, when do they process? When do they make
Right.
connections if they're constantly on the go? And then that's also not what we want to model, because when us as adults are overscheduled, we know that it's not right and we know it doesn't feel good. So why start that at such an early age when we know what it's like as adults?
Right. Yeah. Definitely has a negative backlash too. I feel the kids will start to rebel if once they get older. My parents overscheduled me, so now I'm gonna do nothing.
Right?
I can do whatever I want to do. I would choose nothing. I choose nothing. Okay, let's talk about embracing the boredom boom. Why saying no to constant entertainment sparks childhood creativity? Say no. Sil, I know you feel
Mhm.
deeply about this because we
Oh,
talked about
yes.
this. Yes.
Yes. And you know what? And I just had the discussion with my son not too long ago where I told him, it is okay for you to be bored. I'm okay with you
Mhm.
being bored. Don't come. Actually, I think we were on the phone when he came to me and told me he was bored. I made him clean the table. Don't come to
Yeah.
me and tell me you're bored. Figure it
Mhm.
out.
Okay.
Get creative or go stare at the wall in your room. I don't know about you, but growing up, I just had a whole flashback. Growing up, we had the popcorn ceiling. And I remember sometimes laying on my bed and I feel like I would be able to see these little, like, figures, just to make out these little, like, pictures out of the popcorn ceiling, okay? Get creative. Do something.
Okay.
Take a nap for the love of God.
Sweet Jesus, take a nap.
But don't
Yeah.
come to me and tell me you're bored, because I'm gonna give you something to do, and I think he's getting better at it. But the day after time, like, "Mom, I know you said it's okay to be bored, but I just don't know what to do anymore." And it's like, "Figure it out." Like,
Yes.
And he's like, "Okay, I'm just not having a good time." So he tried to get away from saying, "I'm not bored." Like, "I'm just not having a good time." Like, "Well, you don't not everything's a good time."
Yes.
Okay.
Man, my kids surprisingly have been doing really well. I take electronics, they're not doing homework. Their go-to game is the floor is lava. And
Fun.
they have been doing that. They're hide and seek. It's a new house. There's a lot of nooks and crannies here. So they do the floor is lava and hide and seek. So tell my man that there are some games he can play out there.
Mhm.
Let's move on. Teaching kids body autonomy and the right to say no to unwanted hugs from relatives. This is really big. Hey, I like this one. Say don't you don't gotta hug Uncle Bonbon. No, if you don't
Not
want
Uncle
that,
Bonbon. Definitely not Uncle Bonbon. Why is that his name?
I don't want people to feel like they can relate to this. I don't want people. Yes, Uncle Bonbon. Don't you hug Uncle Bonbon. Uncle Bonbon, he said no. This is so big. And think it's second nature for parents to be, no, you hug Uncle Bonbon. And the kids are like, no, I don't want to hug him. And I've gotten to the myself, wait a minute, don't wanna no, you don't get a fist bump because he doesn't feel like giving you a fist bump.
Mhm.
Because he knows what yes and no is. So, Sil, what are your thoughts?
Oh, this one's hard. Okay, this
Mhm,
one's hard, especially coming once again from a Hispanic family where not saying bye to someone
mhm.
equals disrespect. Fun fact, I was told I was uneducated one time because I wasn't told, it was said about me. I heard through the grapevine that I was an uneducated individual because it did not say bye to a specific devil in our family. But
Not educated is crazy.
right?
That's crazy.
But it's hard because I want my kids to be respectful. I don't want them to be rude. And I do feel like it could be rude to not say hello or goodbye to someone. But does that always have to be a hug and a kiss? I don't think so. My son, he's older, so he's good at giving his grandparents hugs, his aunt and uncles hugs. His cousins is usually like a fist bump or something, whatever.
Mhm. No chest
But,
bump.
like, my daughter, she's at that age where she'll give kisses to, like, a few of us, but she don't kiss everyone, and I'm okay with that. Like, you don't have to
Okay.
kiss everyone on the cheek, but it's kinda hard because she's only, like, 3, and I don't want it forced. So it's hard because there's that fine line between you don't wanna raise your kids to be rude, but at the same time,
It's
they
your
don't need to
culture.
go and yeah, it's
Mm,
deeply rooted in our culture.
mhm,
So it gets tough, but I know that typically I am around when this is going down.
mhm.
So you're not gonna be creepily hugging my kid.
Okay. Uncle Bonbon. Like Sil said, it's definitely a cultural, deeply rooted. I say bye to everybody. I'm saying bye. I come in, I'm greeting people. I've embraced the
Mhm,
culture and
mhm.
to the point that I probably make other people uncomfortable that's not of Hispanic culture because I'm like hugging people and they're like, girl, like, why are you hugging my man? And I'm like, oh, girl, like, sometimes I think I'm Hispanic. But that's because I've been I'm part of Sil's family at this point, and I know better. And but I can see that gray area as a mom with the daughter especially, not specifically, but with the daughter especially, and bringing her up and teaching her at a young age. It's if you don't wanna hug Uncle Bonbon, and I'm here to protect you, I'm not gonna just hand you over to a stranger. So, I definitely feel that just protect your kids, protect your children, protect your nieces, protect your family members, protect the ones that have those little voices that are important parts of your life. This is a whole episode that we could talk about within itself, but we will end on that as we move on to the last key discussion point. Breaking the cycle of modern parenting guilt by realizing a happy rested parent beats a burnt out perfect parent every single time. Get the rest,
Well
mama.
said.
The rest. Talk about it, Sil.
Okay, look, we all know, all of us parents know, there is no freaking perfect parent. We are not perfect. Okay, so let's just own it now. We're
Mhm.
not perfect. We're never going to be perfect. Let's stop striving for perfection.
Not gonna happen.
Rest when you need to rest. Take your time when you need to take your time. Say no when you need to say no. Stop getting burnt out because you're saying yes to everything. You're saying yes to the play dates, to the activities. Mom, can we do this? Mom, can we do that? You get pulled in all these other directions that you just finally freaking lose it on everyone. Then you're definitely not perfect because now you're cussing everyone out.
Yeah.
No, say
Yeah.
no. It's okay to chill at home on a Saturday. The kids will be like, what the fuck?
Okay.
But they'll be fine. One
Mhm.
Saturday, you know what? We're going to just hang out at home
Mhm.
and we'll DoorDash, we'll do whatever. I'm not even going to cook today
Mhm.
because no one wants a burnt out parent. No
Yeah.
one wants to be a burnt out parent.
Absolutely not.
And we're not going to be perfect. So let's just own that now. We're
Yes.
not perfect. It's
Yes.
going to be fine.
It's gonna be fine. Real quick, I feel like I'm a prime example. All these random states I've been moving to, and Lord knows I am the party queen. I bring the party.
Hmm.
I have adjusted my lifestyle and I stay home on the weekends, like Soul said. I used to be out. I want to be outside. And you wouldn't believe it because now I live in Iowa and I'm okay with it. I'm embracing all these random states that I've moved to, and it's okay. It is okay. My peace is peaceful. My calm is calm. My reset is reset, and my cup is full. My cup is
And the
legitimately
kids are
full.
fine.
Kids are fine.
The
The
husband is fine.
Everyone is fine. The cups are full. My cup is full. My cup isn't empty. My cup legitimately feels full. It's full. It's
That's awesome.
overflowing. It's overflowing. I feel great. So, yeah, that's it.
All right. And with that being said, let's get into our Sing to Me segment of the show. We've done a
Mhm.
lot of talking. Let's try to do some singing.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So let's see. For those of you who have been tuning into Pouring and Parenting, you know how this goes. But if you are new to the show, welcome. And the way this goes is I will ask Inish a question based on song lyrics, and she will not only answer the question, but she needs to sing it back to me correctly. Then once she goes, it'll be my turn. We'll do that for 2 rounds and we'll see who gets the most answers correct. All right, Inish, are you ready?
Yes. Kinda. Sure.
Oh, Lordy, here we go. Okay. Okay. En vogue. Hold on. The art of playing games now is what?
Hold on to your love. You got to hold on to it. You got to hold on to the art of playing games now.
Eh,
That's the rhythm. That's the first.
Yes, you got yes.
That's the damn first. I
We
shook
got there
myself.
quick.
Listen, I'm shook myself. That's crazy. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm shook it. Maybe I was ready. Okay. There we go. The art is something. Right? Is that where she goes to? Does she bring it down? It's not. That's it. That's it. That's all I got. It's not. Is that right? Am I okay?
Uh,
So listen to what I'm saying, or am I
I
missing? Do you hear what I'm
I
saying?
hear what you're saying.
Is
Yes,
it
I
not
do
right?
hear what you're saying. I think you're close.
Right? It's am I saying enough? Oh hell, I don't know it. I don't know it. I don't know, Sil. The art of playing games now is not an
It's
accident.
Yep. So
Art.
it's the
Yeah.
art of playing games now. It's not the heart you break. It's about
No.
good love you make when his
Okay.
heart's on fire. Give him love every day. Remember, he needs space. Be patient and he'll give his heart to you.
Ooh, that was deep. Ooh, those lyrics were it. Ooh.
Mhm.
I was like, I
But
don't
the
care
fact
the
that
art
you
of playing
got
games
to that part
so
so
fast.
fast, like that was a record in itself.
Okay. Okay, Pinot helping me move along. In Escape's hit, Who Can I Run To? They know love has what?
To fill this empty space, who can I run to when I Okay, what's the question?
In Escape's hit, Who Can I Run To? They know love has what?
Shoot. This song is not on my
Rotation?
playlist.
No.
Mm-mm.
We follow Miss Candy too.
I mean,
Who wrote all their songs too. Big ups to Miss Candy.
that's like the only part I could think of.
Okay.
Yeah,
You
I'm not even
ready?
gonna yeah, go ahead. Give
Okay,
it to
so
me.
again. So in Escape's hit, Who Can I Run To? They know love has what? I know love has many meanings
Oh,
and a message very clear. No?
oh,
I
yeah.
know
Mm-mm.
love.
I would
Oh,
say expectations. I was stuck on expectations.
Oh, okay. So I know love has many meanings is the answer. I would have thought you I mean, I didn't think that you were a big fan. I was a big Escape fan.
Yeah. All right, next one. Don't Take It Personal by Monica. She just wants what?
Take it personal. Take it, don't take I keep saying it over again. Personal. I wanna take some time out to think things through. And I find myself in misery and that ain't cool.
She just wants what?
It's just one of those days. That's not what you asked. Let a girl go through the anger inside. I don't want to take it. Oh, no, it's not it. Out on you. It's just one of those days. Don't take it personal. I just want to be all alone. And you think I did you wrong.
At
And
least I
you
wasn't grading you on that last part.
Oh,
Or
that's what
grading.
she
I'm
said.
not grading.
Not you grading me. When you what is it? What she
But
say? See, I be making up words.
okay, so yeah.
I just
I just wanna be all alone, and you think I treat you wrong. Don't
mm.
take it personal.
Okay, you asked me Chris Brown. I'm gonna ask you a Chris Brown. You asked
Eh,
me a week or two ago. Let's go. In Chris Brown's Yo, she said she doesn't really dance. Chris says, okay, let's what instead?
let's just 1, 2 step, 1, 2 step. If the music is moving too fast, grab my hand a little tighter. Don't be afraid to come a little closer. Something about you makes me wanna say yo.
Mm-hmm. The lyrics
Okay.
are a little sketch, but yeah.
Damn it.
What was it? He goes, "Don't worry about it. We'll just 1, 2 step." But close
Okay.
enough. Correct. Correct.
Oh, hey. Okay.
That was fun. We're both,
That
I feel
was
like, in the
fun.
same error.
Samesies.
Same right?
Hey, good stuff. Let us know if you got those.
Okay.
If you have
Lives
any
like you're relate.
challenging ones for us, those
Mm,
are any
come on.
song lyric questions. I guess don't give
Yes.
the answer.
I know. 'Cause like, how would they do that? Just DM us, email us, message us, find us on YouTube. Go follow us on YouTube. Show us some love. And
Mm.
there's videos. There are videos of us. If you don't know what we look like and you're wondering, find us on
Mhm.
YouTube and Instagram. Sweet Jesus, TikTok. We're there. I'm holding on. Still will be in charge of that before you know it, and that'll be popping too.
Hopefully. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and move in to our next segment. So, remember, we're talking about or discussing the power of no, being able to say no. But why do we struggle with setting boundaries? Why
Let's
do
talk
we
about it.
struggle to say no? Okay.
Mm.
So the first one is we confuse boundaries with rejection. When you're saying no to someone, it's not necessarily that you are rejecting them. You're not trying to push people away, but you're trying to create a sustainable relationship. Okay. So and what I mean by that, and I think this happens maybe to, I mean, it can happen to anyone, honestly. But what the first thing I think of is like when you have like, especially like high school age, college age, you have those friends, and maybe one of your friends is like always asking for a ride. Okay, they don't have a car, they need a ride, and one day you're just like, I can't for whatever reason, I don't have gas, whatever the case is. Okay. You're going to feel maybe guilt. You're going to feel like you're pushing away, whatever the case is. They might feel a certain way about it. But if they're a good friend, they're going to understand, like, all right, cool. Okay. But a sustainable friendship or relationship isn't going to be like, okay, I have to drive you around all the time so we could be friends. That's not sustainable. It's just not going to happen. You're not going to be able to move or drive that person around all the time. And that shouldn't be the basis of your relationship or your friendship. Okay. So it's not you're rejecting them, it's not about pushing people away, but it's about creating a sustainable relationship. Anish, what do you think?
I agree. There's that gray area. And that person, when you say no that one time, immediately you hate me. And I can't believe I can't
Unfollow, block.
I can't believe you hate me. How dare you say no to me? But that's because you've never said no before. You haven't created that buildup. And now I really need this ride and you're telling me no. How dare you? When you should have said
Yeah.
no, I can't pick you up from your mom's house, find another ride, or whatever the case is, but doing those little minor no's, building up to that point. And again, we're not saying that you should jump into saying no to a friend and whatever your relationship we're also not trying to guide you and direct you and tell you what to do either. Whatever your relationship is, take what we're saying to you with a grain of salt and try to figure it out if you find yourself in this position and you're, oh, this actually relates to me. How do I deal with this? Do make sure that I don't want to say micromanage, but I kind of want to say micromanage because if you have been taking your friend to and from school, and then all of a sudden you can't take them to school and they got a test that day. Like, that's kind of rude. I probably wouldn't choose that day to say no to them, but maybe have a conversation. Hey, I know you have a test next week. I won't be able to take you. And prep them for the no that's going to come up if they didn't figure out their life a week before when you told them. So I think that
I don't know, I kinda disagree. I think it
just tell them
depends on
no,
the
really?
intention. I think it depends on the intention, okay? So,
Okay.
I'm not saying just say no just to say no because I've been taking you to school all these days and all of a sudden I feel like saying no, but if you can't, it's not your fault if they have a test or not.
Well, that's what I'm
They might
saying.
have
I'm
not
not
even
saying
told you, like, but if they have a test that day and you still can't take them, don't put yourself in an awkward position or stress yourself out because they can't get themselves to school. Like, you're not
right.
their like, they're not your responsibility.
Right.
So that's to say I don't really agree with that necessarily
I'm
because if
not saying to not say no to them. I'm saying like, if you know next week you gotta take them to school and you just, "I don't want to." I heard pouring and parenting, and no, I'm not taking you to school next week. I'm saying don't do it because you're listening to this particular episode or to be malicious. No, I listened to this podcast and today's the day I'm gonna start saying no. I mean, you can do that too, and that's fine, but make sure you're doing it. That's what I'm saying. Make sure you're doing it at your own free will in your space. If you made commitments or whatever, and hey, I know I told somebody yes, and I have a commitment a week ago, I'm saying don't break the commitment. Keep your commitment or break it and say, hey, I know I said what I can do next week, but I can't do it anymore. And if you're saying today's the day that I want to start saying no to people, just be responsible about making those commitments. And I'm saying that because to keep in mind the confusion of the boundaries. You don't want your friends to think that, oh, it's a no. Or hell, they can think whatever they want to think too, right? But I'm just saying for the listeners that are listening right now and they are finding themselves in that yes space, there's a whole show, there's a whole movie on Netflix called Yes Day. We're going to say yes to everything. And it's a parent saying yes to their kids and all this other stuff.
oh my
If
god.
you're finding if you're finding yourself in a space that you've said yes to everything and you're ready to get out of that space, we are here to say yes, we support you, but to do it in a manner that will preserve your friendship still. We don't want you to lose any relationships that you have in your life, but be mindful of yourself too and your mental health. So, yes, create the boundaries. Are there people that are going to confuse your no as rejection? Yes. And people are going to try to guilt trip you. Your friends, your
Mhm.
family are going to be like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe you're saying no. Are you serious?" That's going to come out. And
Like,
you
that's your
may
grandma. How could you say no to taking your grandma to the doctor?
literally
It's fine.
listen listen to your gut, and again, if you are resonating with this episode, embrace that. Embrace diving deeper into further disconnect yourself from saying yes. There are books out there to help you be to stand tall. Sil heard a lady pastor preaching about, hey, just say no. You may I don't want to say you're gonna lose friends or whatever, but I just want to keep it real with y'all and just yes, people are gonna confuse it and you're not pushing anyone away. You know that internally. You know that you're just trying to create a sustainable relationship that is going to be respectful for your space and your energy so you're not having any of the reactions that we talked about at the beginning of this episode. That's how I feel.
Right. Okay. All right. Well said. Next one. Another reason we struggle to set boundaries is because it seems selfish. We feel like we are being selfish with our own resources or our own time, whatever that case may be. And especially for women, we are constantly being praised for our self sacrifice. We sacrifice ourselves for our kids, for our husbands, and we sacrifice our education so that our husband can go to college and get that job while we stay home with the kids. Whatever the case may be, it seems like people feel that it is selfish to set up those boundaries because we need to self sacrifice. But once again, going back to the previous reason, is it's not sustainable. It's not going to be
Yeah.
sustainable for yourself and for those around you. It's not selfish to say no. You have to say no to take care of yourself. You need to prioritize your own needs, or you're not going to even be able to be there for others.
Yeah. I 100% agree. Well said. Well said. The
Right.
last one is fear of conflict, disappointing or letting others down. You don't want to have that conversation of the pusher pushing you into the wall. Why can't you do it? Come on, let's go. Let's do it. We're going to do it. You don't want to disappoint that person. Practice with the little things. That's why we led the show with starting with saying no to your littles, starting with saying no to the person at the drive through, say no to the extra. Do you want to give a donation to the Salvation Army? No, it's okay. They say it because they're getting paid to say it. Who
Right.
cares? They have a lot of money coming in. It's okay. You don't need to overthink it. Don't fear that. If your friend doesn't want to be your friend, again, especially for the younger generation, if you may be listening and you're a parent and I'm a 20 something, I stumbled upon your podcast. If you're listening to this and you're probably already going through that because you're young with a child and your friends may not have kids and they're like, come out. And you're like, hey, I got to take care of my kid. And you're like, oh, leave your kid with your mom. No, I can't. It's okay to say no because you want to do something for yourself. Embrace your own company. Embrace the company of someone who's like minded like you. If you're on a different chapter, if you're in a different phase in your life, and you have to, like, not even subconsciously kind of disassociate yourself with your circle without even realizing it because simply because you're saying no to something, it's okay to do it. Even
Mhm.
as adults, if you're in your 30s or 40s or 50s, again, whatever space or chapter you're at in your life, just get rid of that fear. It is going to be okay. You are saying no for your own sanity, for your self-care, your self-love. You need to refill your cup. You need to pour back into yourself. And the FOMO, get rid of it. Refer back to the beginning of the episode. Tell them, "Hey, give me a video call. Well, I'll take a shot with you on the call while I'm holding the baby. And me and the baby will say hi to you." If you feel like you really need to be inclusive or included into whatever is happening, but don't fear about letting other people down because you need to focus on you. So
Exactly.
mhm,
And I think a lot of people that like number 3 is probably one of the biggest ones is that fear of conflict. You don't want to hear the guilt, the shame, that's not fair or whatever the case may be. You don't want to have that argument or whatever can come of it. You don't want your friends to be upset with you. You don't want your family to be upset with you. But you do have to set those boundaries. And those who appreciate you, who know you, who respect you, are going to respect those boundaries you put up. It's never too late to put up those boundaries. You have to take care of yourself. You have to honor your own needs. You cannot say yes to everybody and to everything. It's just not realistic. Take
yeah.
care of yourself.
Okay.
All right. And that brings us to the end of our episode. A challenge before we leave is we are going to challenge our listeners this week to say no to one minor thing without apologizing, without all of the extra stress and all that comes with it. One minor thing, whether it's saying no to the person who comes to your door to try to sell you something, no to upgrading to an extra large fry, whatever the case may be, say no to a minor thing. Let's start building that confidence. That way you can find that peace and you could feel empowered by putting your own needs first.
Amen to that.
All right. Once again, thank you so much for listening to Pouring in Parenting.
Where sip happens and we pour about it.